Family vlog.
Good morning guys, welcome back to the vlog at Barry Island Pleasure Park, obviously. And I got a few things to show you and a few things to explain to you that people have asked from the previous video. Gravitron. Now someone in the comments said, does this work the same way as a rotor? Yes, it does. It just spins around inside, and we can actually see inside. Let me show you. Right, if we look in here, look. See in there? It is all back together, and you can see the seats. Let me see if I can get a closer look. Oh, it's a bit dark, isn't it? You can't really see. But if you see those orange pads, that's like stand-up seats. And when it spins fast enough, you lift off the ground, which is really cool. It's and to me, I prefer this to a rotor. I found a rotor was I don't know, when I went on the rotor in Porthcawl, going back a few months ago. It's very vicious, that, and I found that it feels like it's crushing your ribs. But with this, you don't get that. It's nice. I prefer that. It seems that's more fun because you do actually lift off the ground. Where with the rotor, you stick to the wall and the floor goes down, so you don't actually move on a rotor, but on that you do. So yeah, definitely worth a ride. I do like that. It's a cool ride, and that came here when it was brand new back in the 80s, and it's still here, back here. Top scan there, looking like the beast it is. We've still got an open space here. The Starflyer has gone for some refurbishment work. Maintenance, refurbishment, just to get it up to scratch, ready for the summer season, or prior to the summer season. It'll probably be back here by Easter, I would have thought, or half term, February half term. That's not long away, is it? So I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how far they get by the February half term. As you can see, the ice rink is still up, and let's have a look inside, because when we looked last time, it was completely surrounded, wasn't it? And we couldn't get a close-up. But the pipes have been lifted. Let me show you. Let's see, how we go in here, look. See, these are the pipes. And all these pipes are laid out across the floor. And they put some sort of like, it's not water, they pump something through it, some sort of fluid. And that's what freezes, and then that freezes the ice. So, something like that. But obviously they go up and down, up and down. We've seen them, haven't we? We've seen them. But what a massive, listen to the echo, hello. But it's a massive area, isn't it? It's quite insane, really. But yeah, this is it. This was the ice rink. And down this end, you can see there where you'd pay, and that's where you get your skates on in there, and a couple of patio heaters. But when this does go, because apparently I think this is for sale, because I think Henry's buying another one for next year. I don't know whether he said it was bigger, but he's changing it for next year. This location here is where aerospace is going to go. Like the other side of that there is literally the Dodgem. I'll show you when we get outside, but there's not a lot of gap between that wall there and the Dodgem. So aerospace, talking to Brad, you know, he thinks it'll come to, I don't know, about there. That's where they would start, because obviously the arm got to swing up, and it's got to clear the Dodgem behind it. So as you can see there, it's very, very close to the Dodgem. Just sat in the car editing. Why do I keep saying Dodgem? I've lost the plot, honestly, man. And they got the chillers and that behind there. They're waiting for them to be removed, and then I think that's when this will come down. But yeah, aerospace is going, yeah. What do you think? Do you think this is a better location for it? I think it's going to look better because it's in the middle of the grounds, isn't it? You know what I mean? You imagine the aerospace there. It's going to look absolutely fantastic, isn't it? Where at the moment, where aerospace is, the ground isn't amazing, is it? Up the top end. But I've got something to show you about that, and it's one of the things that people complain about the most, like to me, in the vlogs or in comments, particularly on Facebook. Oh my God. I don't use Facebook on a personal level, guys, and I remember why. Whenever I post anything on Facebook, I don't know, there's just, people are so negative, you know what I mean? Well, I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, the people, particularly on Facebook, they tend to moan about the ground. Now they say the ground here is awful and the ground should be sorted out before anything else is done, but it's just a small area at the top there that is not done. Because I mean, when you look at this, look, this is completely tarmacked. What? And you'd think by the way people comment, right? Look, it's not. The ground is fine. The ground is fine. It's on a slope. It's on a slope, and people say, "Oh, it's on a slope, and you've got blocks underneath the ride." Let me just say to you, no, blocks under the rides it's just common practice. It's not unsafe. They use them for leveling, and if you've got a solid like a railway sleeper, and you've got a ride on that, that's as safe as if it would be if it was on the ground on the concrete. There's no difference. So yeah, the most negative thing people say is the ground, and I mean, look, this is, you know, I'm showing you the ground now. This is all tarmacked. Henry spent an absolute fortune on getting all this tarmacked, and it's tarmacked all the way up to the wheel, right? All of it. See, it's done. But then there's this little section at the top, and people honestly go on and on, because sometimes I know it can be frustrating, this, you know, seeing the same comments over and over again, but it doesn't bother me. If it bothered me, I wouldn't do this, do you know what I mean? And the stupid things that people say, you know. I don't make these videos on the park for Henry Danter. I've always made these videos to promote Barry Island. I love Barry Island. I grew up here, and there's so many people, like it's particularly on the last post that I did on Facebook, they would love to see this place closed down, and I don't know whether they realise what repercussions that would have if this fairground was to close down. When this fairground wasn't here, right, before Henry bought it, the island was quiet, mate, absolute quiet. And the thing is as well, when it's quiet like that, you won't get councils investing. Do you know what I mean? They won't invest in a ghost town, and that's what it would end up being like. And then all the businesses would close. But no, the fact that this fairground is here, I don't, and it's local people as well are saying, oh, it should be closed down, it's dangerous. And I just think, why would you think that this should be closed down? I don't get it. I don't get it. My whole childhood revolved around, you know, this fair and Butlins, and we lost Butlins, and some people I just don't think would be happy unless everything was gone. And I think they would be very sorry, because within a few years this place would be like a ghost town, which I think a lot of people would like that, but you get no investment, so you wouldn't have the councils painting all the benches, and you wouldn't have that investment. A lot of what we get at Barry Island is because it's a tourist attraction. Disco Fever. It was folded down when we came last time, wasn't it? And there she is, up in the sky, looking good. The wind has dropped, the weather has changed. We got sunshine here today, which is like absolutely brilliant. What else can I show you guys? What else? We got seagulls. Yeah, they'll always be about, these seagulls. I can't emphasise enough to people, don't feed the seagulls. Chuck them the crust to your sandwich. Next thing you know, they'd be stealing the rest of your food. If you give them an inch, they take a mile, mate. Honestly, I've grown up with these seagulls. I mean, I know a lot of them on a personal level. Let's have a look up on the log flume. Come on, let's go up and have a look, shall we? Just want you to see what it's like, you know, when it's not open. Because obviously a lot of you would have walked up here and climbed into one of these logs and had the ride of your life. It's brilliant. Yes, huge fan of the log flume on a summer's day. You know, you come here and you're sweating, and you know, particularly after being on something like Aerospace or Top Scan. I don't know about you, but I get off and I'm sweating. You know what I mean? And there's nothing better than after riding these thrill rides and being thrown about like it's some sort of rag doll, then to jump onto here and get a nice splash in, get a little bit damp, and takes your temperature down a bit. It's great. As we come up through the fair, still the same. We're running this tubing under the ground here, see, to run power from one ride to another. So that's all good, that'll be buried. And this is the part that people complain about. I mean, it's ongoing. This is an ongoing process, you know, and it's mainly the car park, this gravel there, you know. But does that really make a big difference? I mean, sometimes you go to places, or a lot of the time you go to places, the car park is just gravel. This is all being dealt with, guys. But let me show you, and this is one of the biggest complaints that people make, and something is being done about it. Right at the entrance here, yeah, across the road from the train station. This is where a lot of people would complain, because they would get off the train and then they would wander through here and they would say that it's gravelly and all that, right? Which to a certain extent I can see why people would say it, but look, it's being dealt with, mate. They're concreting there now as we speak, so that's going to be sorted. So that's good news, isn't it? I think that's amazing news. But aerospace is still here, still in the exact same spot that we seen it last week, and it was mad how many people enjoyed the walk around this. I had a feeling you'd like it. I said that in a video because I know I would. That's something I would like. You know, it, to me, it's better than seeing it up, because you don't get the opportunity very often. Oh, I can't even speak. You don't get the opportunity very often to see it folded down. I think that's it, guys, for the fairground. Let's have a little wander around, see what else we can see, is it? But I will point something out. Henry Danter works a lot faster than whoever it is that's behind this place here. It says there, another development by Morse Affiliated. Let me just say, I've never known a company work so slow. That's I can't get my head around it. You're from outside the park. Quite strange not seeing aerospace, but we'll be seeing it popping up behind that building there within the next few weeks. I tell you a good thing about aerospace moving. If you went on it last year, then this year you're gonna have a different view. You'll be looking in a different direction completely, won't you? So that's good. As we come up to the beach, yeah, mate, lush in there. How lush. I say it every time, guys, and every time it's with genuine enthusiasm. I do love it. I love it. I couldn't fake it if I tried, guys. I can't be false. It's not in my nature, and anybody who knows me knows I can't do fake. I can't do fake. I'm the most. If something is on my mind, it comes out my mouth. And yeah, so my love for Barry Island, 100% true. And that's why I make these videos. It's the love for Barry Island. And I tell you something now for nothing, right? Because I've seen it with my own eyes. When Butlins went, that was the decline of Barry Island. And it was the worst few years that I remember, and I've been here since the 70s, that I remember Barry Island being. I'd never seen so many businesses closed. And then when the fair went as well, you know, there was a couple of years that it was really down and out. So all of what you see and how pristine is kept. Now look how pristine is kept. Look at that. How well kept this all is. Look. Can you see any litter? Can you see any litter at all? No, you can't. And that's because the council invests heavily in keeping this place spick and span. And you know, I see posts through the summer months and people saying, oh, there's litter all over the beach. That's your fault. There's nothing to do with us locals. We don't leave litter on the beach. There's people who visit, come, they leave their litter on the beach. And then you will see pictures and videos all over social media saying, Barry Island, look at this, a tip. It wasn't a tip when in the morning before everyone arrived. I just want to point that out. Look at this. Guys, no litter. Can you see litter? Can you see any litter? You cannot see a single thing. And I can tell you now, there wasn't a time, it wasn't always like this. When we lost the camp and we lost the fair, I don't know, the council didn't invest as much time and money as they do when it's making money. Absolute beauty. Beautiful, mate. Beautiful. Look, this is the only rubbish you see on this beach is natural. Look at it. It's all seaweed and sticks and stuff from storms that we've had. Because let's not forget, we have 4 storms one after another. Something stupid. We went through most of the alphabet. I'm seeing more of as well is these big bins. Obviously you've got the smaller bins. See, there's another big green bin down there, and there was one up on the gardens there. But this is like overflow, isn't it? So let's have a look. Yeah, it's open to the public. So yeah, there's no excuse now to leave a mess, is there? Look at that, huge. That's a tree, isn't it? A huge tree. Actually, I think that was there last time we came. It's not just children who enjoy these trees that's fallen on the beach. Fully grown man. Can't fault you, mate. The difference a bit of sunshine makes, isn't it? and it brought all the dogs out of the woodwork. And yeah, look, busy in Marco's there, even busy under the prom there, up towards Nessa Slot. Yeah, it's busy, mate. Busy, innit? This is currently Thursday at 1:20 and that's new, innit? That wasn't there last time we came down, so I'm guessing they've won the tender to keep this for another year or however long it is that they lease this plot of land for. There's someone there jet washing down the bumper cars, framey thingamajig. Fun arbor open over there, I love it. It's always playing some joyful music. Some scaffolding up around Codwalders and above that. There's all maintenance going on here. Yeah, it's definitely more rides here now, isn't it? Ah, got more work going on here, look. Even more scaffolding going up. This is the time of year, mate, when the maintenance goes on. Like someone's parked their horse and trap there. I meant to show you this as well when we were up here just now, and it's got like tells you the way to the train station there. Is it? Yeah, train station, toilets, Beach Huts toilets, Nels Point, and then you've got this map there showing you where everything is. What's going on the other side? Probably got it in Welsh, is it? Yeah, it's in Welsh on that side. And the post that I seen, they were asking what we thought of these new signs here, right? Well, so let's have a look at this new sign, right? This is it. It's just basically on a RSJ, isn't it? Sticking out the ground, and they bolted these on here. Tells you Friars Road, tells you where you are. Welsh Coastal Path, and like I say, it's got plenty of information on there, which is good. And you've got English this side, Welsh the other side. Let's have a look at the old ones, right, to compare it. No, these are the old ones. They've not painted these either, now, clearly because they were putting new ones. They were going to put new ones, but does that look smarter to you? Than it does to me. Looks better than just a RSJ sticking out the ground, doesn't it? And you imagine if that was painted in the same colour as everything else. And you've got all the information on there. Tells you everything you need to know. That doesn't look as good, does it? I don't know whether I'm being picky here or what. Look, that sign there. Like I say, you've got to imagine that if they'd have painted that in blue, the same as everything else is, then yeah, I don't know, it looks a bit cheap. That looks well made. You've got the little knobbles on the top and making it look a bit smarter. And this is literally just an RSJ sticking out the ground with a couple of signs on it. But that one does tell you where the toilets are. So I don't know. What's your thoughts? Do you think that looks better? Do you think that's an improvement or not? I'm not sure. If I bring you back down onto the prom, right? I mean, look at that. That's smart, isn't it? It's got all the information on there. A full map. But it's smart. It's in fitting with everything else, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know about that new one. I'm not overly keen. Guys, that's all I've got to share with you today. It's not huge changes, but you know, it is only a week since I seen you last time. But guys, if you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. The last video had loads of thumbs up. I was really chuffed, so if we can make this one the same, I'd really appreciate that. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe, guys, completely free, and it means a lot to me. So until next time, don't get lost or squashed, and we speak more soon. Bye.